Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel. My name is Mike. I'm continuing my Week 6 NFL previews and analysis. This video is for the game between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Jets. This game will take place at the Meadowlands at MetLife Stadium. The Jets coming with a record of 3-2. The Steelers with a record of 0-4, coming off their bye week last week after their loss right before the bye in England to the Vikings. And obviously the Steelers, when you're picking up Levi Brown in a bye week to plug a hole or for depth or wherever they picked them up, that just speaks to you as far as the problems that offensive line is having. To say Levi Brown is a stiff, I think would be an understatement. You can ask any Arizona Cardinals fan if you think that's a harsh statement. So, look, I thought the Steelers did a little bit of a better job in the second half on offense in the game, certainly versus the Vikings. You saw Le'Veon Bell score 2 touchdowns in his debut. If you give Roethlisberger time, I think there's no doubt he can throw the football and be productive. They don't want him throwing the football, though, 45, 55 times a game. Ideally, they want to get the running game going early now that Le'Veon Bell is back in the fold. I worry about that offensive line, though, against the Jet defensive line that has been very proficient against no matter what team they've played so far this year. And while I know Ben can buy time with his legs, I do think that the fact now that the Jets can put pressure on the quarterback without blitzing is going to be key in this game for when Ben does scramble. They still have guys back there to cover the receivers who may be retreating to the ball and whatnot. As far as the Steelers on defense, look, they still have a lot to show you. The younger legs, I think, have to develop quicker than they maybe thought. Those guys that are a little bit longer in the tooth, it's showing a little bit more than I think they might have thought. From a defensive standpoint, though, against the Jets, where I think the Jets can exploit some matchups against the Steelers is with those running backs, Ivory, Bilal Powell, and Mike Goodson, all pretty good at catching the ball, getting them isolated and getting Jeff Cumberland and Kellen Winslow isolated on those safeties and linebackers of the Steelers. I think on the outside, you can't really expect much from the Jets receivers. They're sort of hit and miss. I mean, you had Holmes miss the last game, and Hill was very limited. So we'll see if those receivers are healthy for the Jets. Even if they are, look for them to exploit those matchups in the middle of the field, like I had just mentioned. As far as the Steelers go, look, I think the Jets will stymie their run. The Jets are a very good rush defense. They're a little bit vulnerable in the secondary to good receivers. Whether the Steelers have the receivers to fully exploit that Jets secondary, I'm not really sure about. Sometimes you look at the Steelers and it's hard not to think of how good they've been in years past, much like the Giants. But look, this is a totally different team now around Ben Roethlisberger. I think Roethlisberger is a little more capable than Eli Manning, but I don't think he has the weapons around him like Eli Manning has, quite frankly. I like the Jets in this game, -1 at home, just on the strength of their pass rush and their ability to completely shut down the run and make Pittsburgh one-dimensional. Let me know what you guys think. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Hit me up on Twitter at SNewsAnalysis. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I preview every game every week. I recap every game every week. And I'm always talking the news of the day in the NFL. So be sure to subscribe. Thanks again for listening, and have a great day.